This how-to video will be about how to change your isolation code for a module. It could be BSC, PSM, to a different one. And this could happen because you have two coordinators. So when you add a new one, we generally put that on a new isolation code, or might be more conveniently known as a different channel. Or if you're getting interference in your plant with another system that's using that 900 megahertz system, sometimes there gets some overlap. So we can just change the isolation code, i.e. the channel, to get rid of that interference. So essentially where you'll start here is in your welcome screen. We're going to go to the core software. And when this home page shows up, where we want to be is in the system settings under administration. So you can select that here or just administration system settings. And then once you're here, basically we want to go to the service, and then we'll have this tab here for coordinator. You're going to select that. And then what you want to do is just click on the coordinator that it's either the one that you currently on or want it to be on, however that works. But essentially what you're looking for is this code right here, this isolation code. So as you can see, I have one set up. It's on isolation code number 3. So what you want to do is just make note of this number because we're going to add that to the SD card on the IO module here coming up in just a few seconds. So basically we can discard and exit here. And where you'll check to see if this works is so in your device status. As you can see right now, I just have my coordinator, which is on ISO 3. Then I have a product status module that's on ISO 3 as well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add a BSC to this to show up here. So essentially the first thing you want to do is on the IO, there'll be the 4 screws in each corner. You're going to take those off, loosen them. You're going to pull this faceplate off. And inside you're going to see this circuit board. And right here in this top corner, right above the radio, is the SD card. So you'll basically push up on this metal like type protector or cage, and you just push up, and then you'll pull back. It'll unlock, and then you'll pull back, and you'll be able to remove the SD card. Kind of looks like so. When you get done, though, you'll just see the reader circuits for the card. Anyway, and the card will slide out of this little metal cage or slip or protector. So you'll have this basically just this micro SD card. It looks something similar to this. What you'll need is either a reader that you can plug into your computer with your USB, where you can put the micro SD card in, or like an adapter that makes the micro SD card go into an SD card slot on your computer. Anyway, however it is that you can get that, you do have to have an ability to read and write to it. So once you have it plugged in, you're basically just going to go to your file explorer, and then it'll show up here. So mine's like USB drive E. All right, so now we have this set up here. Now this is what you'll have, something similar to what I have here. Maybe not everything, but it'll be something close to this. And the important thing here is leave all these files here. Don't delete any of them or anything. And what you want to do is you want to go back here to either your start button or your search, and we want to do Notepad. This is the app that we want to open up. Every computer has it. And basically all you want to do is you want to type in the isolation code that you want to use for that system. So for my example is I want to do number 3. So all you have to do is literally just type the number, and then you just do File, Save As. You want to put it into that USB drive right here. All right, so this will show you those files that are on there. Essentially, just name it ISO code, isocode.txt. Just hit save, and then you can close this. And now you'll see that file shows up right here. So now what you want to do is you can close this out, and then you're going to pull the SD card out of either this mechanism they add here to do it, or out of the SD card slot. And you're going to have so it's separate like that. Now we're going to place it back in here. You want the writing, which is this piece. On the back side, there's like circuit connectors. So you want the circuit connectors to face the board right here. So essentially you'll slide it into the sleeve, push it down against the circuit board, and then slide it down to lock it into place again. So it'll lock like this, and it'll look something like that. Once you have that, put your screws back on your cover, and go ahead and plug in your device. And what you should see is that after it boots up, and it will come here, and so now I have my BSC module that I just changed that ISO code on. Will should come up here, and from here then you can program it and whatnot. If you have multiple networks, you would have different names, and it would just show the network name here. So maybe mesh network 1, mesh network 2, 3, however you want to name it. That'll take care of this how-to on how to update the ISO code based off the micro SD card. Look forward to talking to you again.